Gentlemen, let me get to this. Lord have mercy. Andre Stevens, man. Trust me. Gotta give it up to him, man. And I can't see this type of exclusive and not react to it. I'm sorry and I apologize. This is an important moment in our history. The JLP decided that they were, make a decision to pass a bill for us to have Portmore as a parish. And finally, we have not only a full update from both sides of the spectrum, but we have a lawyer and a member of parliament, um, Lupa Sassidi. We have Mr. Fitz Jackson being interviewed by Andre Stevens on Pdtv about the what happened in court, and what does the result actually mean. And I believe that this is something that needs to be documented because, again, the Jamaica Labour Party has seen it fit to violate our constitutional rights. And these things need to be documented and understood, and we show the facts. Because we don't want 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you see people saying that, oh, the narrative switch. Oh, the PNP is always trying to go against the Constitution. Or 50 years from now, you hear say the PNP is always trying to go against the Constitution, and the jail. No, 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 no. That is what we're not going to allow to happen. So this is important. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, into it. All right, let's go.
Happen in the court today.
Drink some water.
No, cool down. Me a cool down. Lord Jesus. Everybody a call me. Students, me good man. Hey!
Drink some of the water.
Producer, any of my guests them that there? Any of my guests them that there?
Let me address something, but I don't really have to address it, but let me address it anyway. There's some people that came into my, come into my chat and my comment section, yes? And they want to throw around the word fish in regards to Andre Stevens. Oh, fish platform and suggest that I'm a fish to, I guess, to help me not cover his material. Listen, I don't know about the man, whatever is happening in his personal life. I don't know about that. You understand? What I know is that the work that the man is doing on his platform is important to the liberation of the people of Jamaica from this wicked and caring government. And it's with that I choose to use that material, ladies and gentlemen, and point out some exclusives. I do it with everybody. I mean, listen, not to call anybody name, but we're living in a time now where a man can't say them married. You don't know if that man is on the down low. Alright? You don't know if that man is on the down low. And if anybody is on my live right now from the Kwame Brown bus life sector, I don't know how true it is. But somebody mentioned to me that my picture was being plastered on somebody's profile when I was on one of my, allegedly, I don't know if it's true, somebody's profile, and the description of the picture is that I was on my pillow, I didn't have on any shirt, and I've done lives like that already, or maybe I've done, maybe somebody that I spoke to on video call, I don't know. But whatever the case might be, I've done some small lives like that when I was not at this location. The point of the matter is, you have grown men that are married that allegedly would take a picture of another grown man while on the internet, yes. But you're married. Why do you have time to have a picture of another grown man in your phone? You saw it on a video, you screenshot it, and then you kept it to use it on to do some type of clothing thing. When nothing on the video is, nothing in the picture, is violating YouTube rights or whatever. But at the same time, isn't that kind of sus? Isn't that kind of weird for a man that is married to do that? So, if this is true, what I was told, because I refuse to watch haters' platforms. If you don't like me, I'm not coming to your platform. If you try to tear down my name, I'm not supporting you. I'm not giving you a minute of watch time. I can tell you that right now. It's not happening. You understand? I drown and starve and make the enemy die for thirst. You get me? Yes. Make them throat parch. We're just gonna keep elevating and just doing better and better and better. The point of the matter is that not because somebody is married and you think say them is straight. Yes. The download people them crazy. So wanna leave Andre's team is not alone. Alright, the man is doing excellent work. And that's what I am focused on. The excellent work that he's doing in liberating, helping to liberate the minds of the Jamaican people. You understand? So let's continue. Mr. Fitz Jacks.
So them up today,
Yeah.
Court and
March 28 to iron out issues of opposition and
carrying our guest tonight. Hey, back to
the opposition and the government are expected to go back to court on Friday, March 28 to iron out issues surrounding the Portmore Parish plans. It comes after the court placed a temporary injunction on the matter, preventing the law from taking effect until the matter is heard. The opposition filed the lawsuit over a week ago because it says the proposed boundary for Portmore to become a parish would be a constitutional breach. However, speaking in St. Catherine on Wednesday,
arguments that in the opinion that the constitutional rights of some citizens will be breached. A nonsensical argument.
In going further, South Central St. Catherine Member of Parliament Dr. Andrew Wheatley stopped short of saying the government will not be reversing its decision.
The parish is already established. And remember, the highest court of the land is the Parliament.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Did this man just say the highest court of the land is the Parliament?
Hey, who man's is this? Oh, man's is this?
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm gonna make Mr. Fitz deal with you.
That is something to be noted. The highest court of the land is the Parliament. Once you create laws that does not breach the constitutional rights of the citizens of Jamaica.
In regards to the boundary issues, he said the technical experts already gave the government the green light during consultation, and he said all the other concerns can be quickly addressed. For instance, in February, the Electoral Commission said it wrote to the Parliament twice advising the members that the Portmore Parish boundary may negatively impact the Constitution because some electoral divisions would cross parish boundaries.
The Parliament is empowered to establish parishes and parish boundaries. Having established a parish, it is the responsibility of the Electoral Commission to ensure that no constituency straddles more than one parish. What that means is that you cannot have a constituency in part of the same traction and part of the parish of Portmore. And it is their responsibility to do that. It's a simple process.
Still, it remains unclear how soon those issues will be fixed. Alicia Williams, TVJ News.
Fitz Jackson carried it to court with the PNP. Producer played what Fitz Jackson said happened in court today.
As a result of a fraud order today, the government cannot proceed to establish Portmore as a parish until the procedure prescribed in Section 67 of the Constitution has been complied with, and an order is made under Section 67 of the Constitution. We are also mindful that the EOJ has formally advised the Parliament and the government that the required exercise to make the proposed boundaries comply with the Constitution will take over 1 year. The People's National Party is indeed pleased with this ruling, which underscores the obligation of the JP government to respect our Constitution and the rule of law. This represents a block to the attempted gerrymandering of the constituency boundaries of Portmore by the JP government ahead of the general elections due in 6 months. It is important to also note that there are a number of other constitutional breaches in our claim before the court that will be dealt with shortly. This includes the removal of the elected office of the mayor of Portmore, among others, by the Act. It is also very important that persons, including members of Parliament, who make comments about the role of the court regarding legislations by the Parliament, familiarize themselves with the Constitution, particularly Sections 2 and 48. These provisions explicitly authorize the court to strike any laws that are in breach of the Constitution and its supremacy. This is certainly not provisions that persons with autocratic dispositions are comfortable with.
Jamaica, there is a bit of confusion because the government is celebrating. The opposition is saying that the court halted the provisions by the government. Let me bring in Fitz Jackson tonight to Jamaica and the other panels to tell us exactly what is happening. Fitz Jackson, Alanda Terrylonge is saying tonight that it's a win for them because Justice Sykes today removed the injunction, and as such they can go ahead and do as is prescribed to get Portmore a parish. Can you really explain today what really happened in the Supreme Court?
Now, before Mr. Fitz Jackson goes in on that, just an observation. Isn't this the same thing that they did with the local government election? Did they claim that they won that, but they never celebrated? It was a ghost town up at their headquarters. Who remember? Interesting. Very interesting.
Emotional damage.
Good evening, Andre. Good evening to your team.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to your listeners across the world. I've come to learn myself that your program is not a local one. It's just based locally, but have an international audience. So I want to extend my warm greetings to all your listeners. The question you asked, Andre, let us try to make it as simple and straightforward as possible. When we went to the court 2 weeks ago, in the claims that were filed, among a number of claims in our submissions, first and foremost amongst them is the constitutional breach that will occur should the law passed in Parliament come into effect, which is, as the law was written and passed,
yes,
if it comes into being, it will establish a parish boundary, that of the new proposed parish of Portmore,
yes,
that cuts across two constituencies that are established in law. All constituencies in Jamaica have defined boundaries and they are legally constituted.
Yes.
And so if the law passed or about to come into force, it would be in breach of a particular section of the Constitution. That is 67, Section 67, that says no constituency should or can straddle two parishes. So because of the gerrymandering intent of the parish creation, the JLP drew a boundary that cuts off certain communities that predominantly vote PNP. some in my constituency of South St. Catherine, and some in the neighboring constituency being contested by Raymond Price, the PNP candidate. Now, if that boundary should prevail, a breach would immediately occur. And that is what brought urgency to the matter. Because from what we learned, the government had proceeded to pass the bill in the lower house, in the Senate, and it went ahead and had the GG's assent. And the last step left was for it, the appointed date to be set by the minister for it to come in effect. Now, those 3 steps, the passage in the lower house, the passage in the Senate, and the assent, all of those took place within a period of about 3 weeks.
So the Governor General even signed off on it?
Yes. On the 12th of March, I think it was. And the bill was about the 12th or 15th of March, thereabout.
And then the Senate,
The Senate did, no, the Senate passed it before. It went to the GG. The GG. I made that point to demonstrate the rapid speed
they were going at.
All 3 steps were created within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. The only one left now is for the minister in charge of the bill to set the appointed date.
Announcement.
Well, not so much announcement.
But the appointment of the date.
Set a date. To say, as of such and such a date, this act will come into force. That was all that was left. So the point I'm making, and I want to re-emphasize, the government was going at rapid speed to bring the law into effect. And you will recall that during the debate in the lower house and in the Senate, they never made mention of any constitutional requirement to be met. They closed their eyes to the Constitution. And I say that with certainty because after the bill passed in the lower house, the PNP wrote to the minister in charge of it, Minister Mckenzie, to say, look, Minister, if you even want to really go ahead and create this parish thing, there is a constitutional breach that would occur. Because you can't change, 1, you can't straddle 2 constituencies. 2, you can't change constituency boundaries without following the procedure set out in the Constitution, which require those to be settled at least 2 years before an election. So, Minister, be mindful of this. And even if it passed the House, don't bring it into effect because of these breaches that will occur. Up to today, the minister has not even granted the courtesy of replying to that letter. And that reinforced the point that they were gung-ho in breaching the law. So we went to court. We filed.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Anybody that don't see that the JLP has a total disregard for the Constitution is not opening their eyes. These guys, in my humble opinion, will do anything. And I'm going to quote Sharpneck. These guys will do anything, and I do mean anything, to win. They have no boundaries. That is my opinion. They simply have no boundaries. Alright? So remember that. Let's continue. And this is a real good example of that. What happened in this court case and with this parish bill business with them go out with.
The matter in the court. It's a court, look at what is happening. An urgent matter, an urgency is occurring here. The Constitution is about to be breached. And so the lawyers filed what they call an affidavit for urgent hearing. Which went under my name on behalf of the team. And the court, as it usually does for urgent matters, convened the sitting within a matter of 3 days last week. Having put the matter before the court and to see what is about to happen, the court said, no. If this becomes law on the surface of it, it will be in breach of the Constitution.
That's what the court said today.
No, that's what the court said back then.
Last week.
Last week. And the court went further and said, but the AG representing the government said, well, Judge,
we never really intend to breach the Constitution. We never really intend to bring it into law.
That's what the Attorney General said.
Yes, we never really intend to bring it into law yet and breach the Constitution. And the judge said, well, will you give an undertaking that you will not sign it into law if what you say is true? And I said, well, we can't give that undertaking because we have no such instructions. So the judge said, well, if you can't give an undertaking, well, I am going to issue this order to forbid you from bringing it into law, given that it will breach the Constitution.
That is what the judge said today.
No, that's what the judge, I commented today. That's what the judge said last week. And they said, look, Judge, we would like to submit our own argument to support our case. So the judge said, okay, natural justice requires you to make your point. So until you make your point, the court will forbid you from bringing the law into force.
Yes.
Hence, the interim injunction was issued last week. Interim. And the court said, until we hear what you have to say. So we got an interim injunction last week to say everything remain as it is. You can't bring it into force until you come back before the court to make your case. So they came back to court today and they said, well, Judge, we really don't intend to break the law, to break the Constitution. So, Judge, so court, we will give an unequivocal undertaking that we will not bring it into force. So the judge said, okay, now that you are prepared to say that you will not bring it into force, as per instruction from your minister, I will now allow you not to do that until you comply with Section 67, which is the constitutional requirement to not have any boundary that breaks constituencies in two. So when the gentleman on the other side says they win, what happened today is that an injunction that says you can't bring this into law. They come today and say, Judge, we will do as you wish. And we are giving you an undertaking, court, that we will not do it. So the judge said, okay, since you are pledging unequivocally that you will not breach the Constitution, I am so allowing you to go ahead and do what you want to do until you comply with the law. Which is really what we said at the beginning. You can't do what you're doing and breach the law. You have to do it in keeping with the law. So the court has upheld our position.
So I just want to know, Sir Fitz, if they came today and said forthwith that they were going to sign it into law, then the injunction would be upheld.
Oh, I wouldn't say an injunction would be upheld. It would be a breach of the law. Order, you know. Order. A court ruling is like law.
Basically, the government has decided that they're not going to continue at this time.
No, they're not going to continue as they were going before because it would be in breach of the Constitution. And so, court, we will wait until whatever changes are made by the electoral office to bring this in conformity with the law.
You're talking about a 2-year period.
Roughly. At least, well, you know, bear in mind that the EOJ, not the PNP, not me, the EOJ said in its letter of February 12th to the clerk of the House and the government that for them to make the changes to comply with Section 67, it will take over 1 year. And you know what is supposed to happen in September.
Oh, yes.
So if what they're going to do will have to take over 1 year, it means that we're going to go into the next election with the boundaries as they are. And what that means is that certain sitting member of parliament would have now become a confirmed loser. Because given that the boundaries will not be disrupted, right? Because remember the genesis of all of this.
In the heart of Montego Bay, Jamaica, you will find the Montego Bay Convention Center, the first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean and winner of the World Travel Award for the Caribbean's leading meetings and conference center. The center occupies over 142,000 square feet or 13,000 square meters. Its exhibition hall accommodates over 5,000 individuals theater style. plus a ballroom, 9 meeting rooms, and several expansive patios. Created to host multiple events, each space has its own entrance and private function area. The center also transforms to host those romantic getaways or special events. A team of dedicated, driven, and passionate individuals work assiduously for the success of your event. The Montego Bay Convention Center, world-class service.
Was told to us by Mr. Warmington. He said these boundaries that we have got now and we are putting in place is to make sure that we don't lose certain seat. Well, he is not getting the boundary that he wants going into the next election. So, well, even if you're a blind man at midnight, you could see that crystal clear.
Raymond giving him a problem over there.
Well, he knows that. And Andre, that's why the fight was so much to even breach the Constitution.
Yes.
In order to secure that seat. But another dimension to this action, that Mr. Warmington told us publicly.
Yes.
Is to create the parish to cut away Portmore from the rest of St. Catherine so that they can stand a chance to control St. Catherine Municipal Corporation.
Yes.
That's where the gerrymandering comes in, where the incumbent government uses its parliamentary authority or majority to create political boundaries, in this case both a parish boundary and constituency boundaries, for their advantage. Mindful too, Andre, that for over 45 years now,
yes,
over 45 years, all political boundaries, be it constituency or divisions, are done by the EOJ, not the political party in office. Over 45 years. And for that reason,
and Bolo wanted to change that.
And Mr. Owens want to change that. And we know what used to happen before that 45 days. 45 years. Where we had almost 1,000 people murdered in Jamaica. And many other issues. Political violence caused by
emotional damage.
The incumbent government uses its authority to thwart the political process and its structure for their own benefit.
So,
and when we make the point about securing our democracy,
yes,
those were not loose words.
Want to hear that?
That is what we are trying to secure. Preserving the electoral office of Jamaica and its independence in running our elections. And in running elections, one important exercise in running our elections is to determine political boundaries.
True.
So it's a very, very serious matter that goes beyond an election and really goes beyond a particular seat or two here or there. It's preserving that 45-year-old tradition that has served us well, rather than return to the dark days of mass murder and killing and maiming of our Jamaican people. And any member and every member of the Jamaica Labour Party who hug up what they are doing here should be ashamed of themselves.
But why is it that Terrylonge is celebrating and cheerleading and being flam?
You don't want to hear about that. We can go and watch the rest of Andre Stevens' show. I just wanted people to get a understanding of what took place in the parliament, not in the parliament, in the courtroom in regards to this. To understand the position of the JLP, the narrative that they're pushing, and then versus the actual truth. Again, Terrylonge thought what they win, bro. Them do the same thing in the local government election. Them still don't see them lose. I guess they're gonna do the same thing when they lose the general election. They're gonna say, but we won while they're in opposition. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. Hey, y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now. Stop playing. Support. The like button is free, I know that's right. So salute to y'all good people, man. It's your brother Bolo V, and I'm out of here. Peace.